Hi guys, welcome back. So today my plan is to play around with forms and figure out how to submit one for our model so we can save a new image onto the database. And then I would like also to learn or figure out how to display error messages. Since we are using Inertia and Vue3, I believe that something is already in place. I mean, an error bag is already um, ready to use for us, thanks to Inertia, but we will see reading the documentation and figure out as we go. So let's move to coding, and I already have Docker running. So the next step is to run sail up. I'm inside the project folder, so I can run sail up, and we should be starting all the containers. And yeah, you see there is a new uh, container running. So this is our application. It is still building it. So let's wait for a minute that it finishes all its things, and then yeah, we got a bunch of containers ready to go. And I believe that we should be ready. Let me visit localhost and let's move. Yeah, so let's move this here, and yeah, we do have the Laravel application up and running, so we can log in. And what was Serena at example and the password was password. Okay, so that is the application we have been building so far. We got posts and we got this ugly table with a bunch of posts from our database. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is, so before actually making this work, all right, I actually want to, yeah, it's not redirecting me anywhere. I want to make this table a bit nicer. So let's first start with that. And we should be able to go on Tailwind. And Tailwind UI/components. We should be able to use a ready-to-use component, table component from Tailwind. Let's see what we got. Where are you? Table. Yeah, okay, we got this one. Yeah, it's a nice table. We can use that for our application. So let's grab. So this is already view the view markup for our table, and it is using the what is that? Okay, so it is using a Vue3, and this is the composition API with the setup method. We won't use that, I think. So it is already using these data. Where are them? Yeah, person.name, person.email. We will need to make a few changes. So we can grab everything and then delete what we don't need. Um, so let's grab pretty much everything from here to here. Let's copy that and let's open up VS Code, of course. Let me stop sale again. Or, well, actually I can open a new tab, a new window terminal, and then go back to projects. It should be Laravel and the Serifos. Okay, and we can do code. Okay, VS Code is opening. And when it is ready, we can move to the next step, make that table much better. So let me organize my windows here. Right, okay. Okay, so let's open this up and let's copy, let's close everything that we don't need. I mean, close all. And then let's open, let's wait for VS Code to start up. Okay, we can, I can't remember where it was. Okay, it should be resources. Resources, come on, VS Code. Should be views. I mean, no, that is the view that displayed view. So it is inside pages and then admin and then photos. We need to change that because we will have another photo component. I mean, one for creating a photo and one for editing a photo, and so it's gonna be three of them just for photos. So we will need to make some changes, but we can do that later. I mean, we are just playing around. What's going on here? Okay. Where it is the table? Ugly table, where are you? Okay. Yeah, we got this ugly table that we need to replace with the other markup. I mean, we could do something like a component, table component, and then inside it, what we could do is just render the heading and the, so we could do like template, and then we say header, and in here we could just have a table heading for the ID, and then table heading for the photo. And then what else we have? Description, okay. TH for the description, two is enough. So description, okay, description, okay. And then actions. Right, so we could have next table body. So again, template. What the heck is all that? Right, I don't care for what the hell. So template, and then we could do body. Not like that. So the template body, come on. And then in here, we will just use the v4. So we do just a v4 for our row, the table row. Then we do v4, and then everything else. So v4 what? Photo in photos, and then all the elements in here. So the plan is to have a component. Why I'm doing that? Because if I copy the entire markup from Tailwind, it's gonna be a mess for me to figure out what to do. So we do have pages, and where I should put my components anyway. Not inside here. And is there a table component already? No. Okay, no table component. I don't want to put my components inside the JetStream folder, but I want my folder. So let's see component, if you can do that, and then add a new component that we can call table component dot view, and then in here we do template. Well, actually we could copy the entire markup including the template, but well, I mean, I guess I can just write that. So view template. Okay, let's do template. Why are you putting all this fucking right? So cancel, and then in here we can copy the entire motor. No, okay, I don't have that in memory. Probably I copied and pasted something else. So let me copy everything. And then back to VS Code. And then we can copy everything in here. Right, so I don't need that actually. I don't need all this stuff. The only thing that I need, let's see, is actually, let's leave it, let's remove this stuff for now. I don't need this people array. Okay, so let's leave this for now and figure out what we need to do with this component. All right, so let me collapse some of these things. Okay, so we have the table heading. Everything else can stay like that. And my table headings needs to be these three. I mean, these lines here. So what I need to do is copy the actual classes from the table heading, scope, column, okay, medium, all that, because I want my table to be styled like that. So my table heading on this component here, I can just copy that, and here, and here. Okay, next, I can what else can I do? Do I need this? Let's copy that and paste it in here. So write down here, I believe, another column for editing. What is it doing? I mean, I think that it should be only visible for, so that's the column for actions. So this is what I called actions, but relative px. So this is not visible. So my action's gonna be this one. Let's keep that actions, and everything else can stay like that. Then in here we need photos, a photo in photos, but we have photo, okay. So what a body should look like, and in the meantime, we do have a row, but my template is gonna be placed in here. So here I could do, can't remember how to do the slot. Should be like slot, and then name, header. We will see. I think it works. Why are you doing that? It is not formatting again, this bloody problem. With what? Formatter. The default. Can you format with this one without? Okay, that works fine. So now we do have the slot for the header. I'm not sure if this is the right syntax. We will check that later. Let's do the same in here. So I'm not going to use that, but I will need to copy some classes. So there is nothing on the row that I should copy, and the row, it is actually, yeah, that's where I'm doing the before, so I need that row. Next, I need this table data. We do have some of them, and the first one is the image. Okay, I don't want my image to be rounded actually. And the flex item center, TD, white spacing, I'm not sure. So padding on the x-axis 6, y axis 4, and white space no wrap on where. So inside this table data, and let me check if all my table data got the same style. Yeah, except the last one, which have more styles. Well, I believe we can just do that. Copy this on my table data. And since we are using the Vue3, TD, and do that for, okay, so the first one is gonna be my photo, or no, well, it's gonna be my ID. And how do you put that content inside where? So let's check quickly the other component on the page. Right, so here we have the image, so it's under the name, everything it's in the div, I believe. So this is the image, the name. Every bit has more than one text, but I'm going to use just a column for the ID, so I don't need much, just text inside the table row. And then I want to show the image and then the description, and I don't need much as well. Okay, so let's change that. So we can do that. Right. Inside my table data, let's just put the photo ID and see how it looks like. Dot ID. Then we do another one for the image. Too many. All right, so photo, image, and we'll spot, I think. And then photo description. I think the image, of course, needs to be inside an image tag. And we cannot use the mustache syntax, but we need to use the vbind. Right, save. And then let's see how this table looks like now. So in the div text SM, we can, do that. Text small, font medium, text gray. Let's see. So it's a bit darker, the title, and then this other text is lighter. I think it is this one, this class here. Do we want to, I don't want to give that much importance to the description, so I think I will use these classes right here. So let's go back here and then we do this one inside another div. Yeah, you can do a div and then you do like that. Right, and we put this inside it. But I believe my description is going to be too long for this element, so we might need to slice this string. 0, 100. And then Well, we can get rid of this or use the, I mean, we don't have any title for the image right now, so that's fine like that without the alt attribute. Right, so I need to make another slot for this part and get rid of everything inside the table body and just do a new slot. Why are you doing that every time? So this slot is going to be named body, table body. What's up? Invalid and tag. Why? Okay, just in VS Code that is not reacting very fast. So we got table body. No, it's just body. So let's say table body for this one, and that's using a terrible way to format all my CSS classes. Anyway, let's collapse everything and just leave the table header. Let's see what happened now. I mean, of course, we should get an error. Let's open the inspector and see what we got. So view, we got 9 errors. Let's clear the error log first and then refresh the page. Right. What is this? We got few images not found. Photos, yeah. Okay, I know why. Let's see if this table looks any better now. No way, because we haven't used our component actually. I mean, we did use the component, but we have not imported it. App.layout. Where is my component? It'll be inside here. We got all the photos, so we got 18 photos. So let's import the component. So import table component from where? At slash components slash table component dot view, and then we should define this component right here. So it's gonna be table component, right? Let's wait. Photos getting tailwind. Okay, should save at some point. I want to change the default formatter to Vue language features. Let's see if it does any better. Okay, table component now it's clearly being used, and let's see if it works or if I forgot anything. Yeah, we are using Vue, so we need to run the compiler, otherwise nothing will work. So let's do sail npm run watch. So I'm using sail because we installed Laravel using Laravel sail and Docker. So this is how we should run the command inside the container. So let's wait a little bit, and it should take a minute or so. Okay, compilation done, and there are no errors. So let's check if our table looks better now. Let's clear the error log and refresh the page. I didn't write the last column actually. I forgot one column, the one where we have, okay, we got a bunch of errors. So the first one is a reference error, people not defined. Okay, yeah, forgot something probably. Where it was the error? People not defined, photos, that's photos, line 25. Connection refused. I don't know what it is. Need to check the docs. People not defined in app.js. Where am I using the people? Okay, I know where it is. Inside the component, we do have this thing here. But actually, I don't need script section, but I only need the, again, that's the beauty of the live coding. Every time I work on my own, it's very fast. But every time we do live coding, that thing keeps popping up and never goes away. Takes ages. Maybe I'm running low of resources. Okay, it is compiling and the compilation, okay, it's successful. And let's refresh the page again and see what we got. Okay, probably I forgot something. Promise, reading slides. Okay, it's not reading the slides function, which is inside photos. What it was? Did I give the slice to the wrong element? There is no slice here. Photo description, the images appear. Table body. Yeah, that's the old one. We should see two tables now. Photo.description.slice 0, 100. There should be a function in JavaScript that is called slice. Anyway, let's do that first. What the fuck are you? Why are you taking so long every time to compile that? Right. And let's refresh the page. I'm checking for the slice. Why again? There is no slice property right now. So I'll refresh again the fucking page. Yeah, that's the slice. Yeah, that is only a array. I don't want to slice the array. What was the other one on the string? It is slice, of course. Yeah. Again, no nice table. Why? Why are you doing that? Maybe, well, clearly something is wrong. No, that is the first table. I keep looking at the first one, but we have the other table right here. Okay, the table looks nice now. We have all the heading and all the stuff right here, but the image is too big. And we need to get rid of the first table, otherwise I keep looking at it. And so let's remove this table here. Right, so that should be our table. And the table component takes all the information from the component. We need to resize the image before we go anywhere else. So let's resize this one. Let's do height. What? 60? No, 260 is really too much. Wait, give me a second. I need to fix this. Okay, I have disabled the notification right here for Vue language features and IntelliSense. It seems to be working faster now, and I've also disabled the Tailwind IntelliFans. Let's see if that fixes the issue that was loading down every time I saved file change. So let me restart npm run watch, and then let's check our table now. What should we do next? I think this table component is quite fine like that, but we do have the create button. Let's check if there is a button that we can use, button component. In the meantime, that npm is running, it's doing its things. So let's do Control F button, pages buttons, no buttons for us. At least not button, not three buttons. Yeah, there are button components, but they are locked. But I think we can make one. I mean, we can style the button component using CSS classes from Tailwind. Let's see if we can make the button look pretty. So the image is still quite big, right? And let's see what's happening. Let's also refresh the database and see it again. So where are we now? So this image is very, very big. We need to resize it, but maybe I misspelled something. So image, yeah, probably this one. Yeah. Come on. So damn slow. Why is that? It is not resizing my image. Why? 60. Let's do it. Yeah, okay. Why not? Why high is not working? Again, it's spelling error. No, it's not working on the height, but it's working on the width. Let's say 100. But, well, yeah, we are just playing around. That's fine for now, the table, but I think I'm not going to use the table. But what I want to do is actually probably use cards instead of tables. Did you compile? Yep. And with 100, crash again this bloody page, get rid of all the errors. Yeah, okay. That's fine now. We do have 26 errors. Let's see what is looking for. I think there are some images uploaded on the database because I was playing around the other day. So let's open new one, new terminal, and then we can do sail migrate dash, and then we could do seed, and then say seeder name maybe. Let's see if I'm not sure, but I don't think what I'm trying to do was possible in Laravel 7. Maybe I'm wrong. But let's see what was the name of my seeder class. Probably photo seeder, yeah. Can I do that? Come on. Yeah, artisan. Sail artisan migrate fresh, and then see the photo seeder. Okay, no argument expected. Okay, let's just migrate fresh. And then do db seed. And then we can do class photo seeder. Should be good to go. Let's open another terminal window and say, and to sail artisan tinker. See if it's done. Yeah, seeding successful. And while it is thinking to open Tinker, let's see if we got all the images. Okay, I cannot log in right now because we did a migrate fresh, there is no user. So let's do user factory what's create. Yeah, so we can log now this email address, and then the password is password. Right, so we go to photos, and we have all our photos, but I'm not seeing all the text. Why that? Photo description maybe is not photo description. Let's go to our migrations and see text. Is this description? Yeah. Close this one, close the settings, and let's go here. Photo.description, there was a spelling error. And then we can slice the description as well. So come on. I'm not sure if it is Sail that is so bloody slow, or if it is my computer. Did you recompile? Yeah. Photo.description. Why am I not seeing that description? What the fuck? Yeah, okay, we got the description, but it's really, really too long. So let's slice it. It wasn't working because there was a spelling error. Slice around 100. Let's do that. And then refresh. Did you compile? Every time I need to refresh this bloody page because it is not after loading my changes somehow. Okay, we do have this right here, and I forgot the last bit of the table. So the actions, let's copy this. And let's put that here, and let's say view added and delete. Okay, but I think there is something that we can do on the table. Where are tables? I think on the style for the last column where we show this added link, it is different from what I'm trying to render. Yeah, it is inside an anchor tag anyway. Well, we don't care if it is an anchor tag, but text right, text small, font medium. I think we can copy all that from the Tailwind component and get rid of everything we just wrote and get rid of all the TD that we got here. Then we do edit, we do another one for view, and then the delete is gonna be a model that we need to implement. And let's say just delete for now. But I want to use a model for that. Let's create first. Again, what the hell is quicker now? Okay. Okay, let's see if we have these links right here. That's the old one, so it is still compiling. What the pain in the ass. Okay, view, edit, and delete. Right, but there is no space, no nothing. So let's do like padding of 2 all around. P2. Again, why are you keeping showing this bloody notification? Nope. I'm quite sure there is a class called P2. Let's see. Yeah, okay, cool. So we have a nice looking table. The only thing remain to do that we have to do is this one. So let's make this link. So this button look a bit better than that, and then we can make this work. And also want to make another change. So we copied all the table style here. So all the table look and feel, but I think we can get rid of some of this stuff. At least this one. So BG white and overfluid and shadow. Let's get rid of this div and see if our photo text looks better now. It is compiling again and it's taking ages every time. That's quite painful for me. It takes too much for me. I mean, I cannot work like that. Did you compile? Right, yeah. Compilation's done, I think. What the heck? Yeah, Compilation done successfully, but I still see the white background right here. I don't want to see this background anymore. Just the table with a nice shadow. Okay, finally we got it nice and working. So now let's make this work. Let's clear a bit the bottom. Let's make it nicer first. So P on the x-axis. Probably there is no P4, maybe P5. And on the y-axis, let's do like P3, PY3. What is that P3? Can you tell me what P3 is? No? Right, fine. Okay, I think there is something that is not working at all. Let's do the line block. There is one class called like that. Okay, now this notification slowing down the compilation steps. And every time it takes ages for me and it cannot work like that. It's 46 minutes for just a bloody table and a fucking button. Come on. Sorry guys. But it is what it is. Sometimes it just cannot work. The inline block. Inline block, maybe it's one word. Let's go to the Tailwind documentation. And then let's visit the spacing, or what it was, display. Let's see what we have, block and inline. So we have display, inline block, just inline block, I think that is the class, so it's not D. D is from Bootstrap, I believe. So simplified, inline block, okay. Can you save this bloody file without opening this shit every time? I'm getting nervous. Really, really pissed off. Okay, so the button finally looked like a fucking button. Oh my god. Let's put this right here. Oh my god, it's taking ages. I need to fix VS Code. I can't do that anymore. So let's put everything inside the bloody div and do like the flex, or just flex maybe. And move this up here, and then the so we should be like justify between. Let's see if it is the right one. Fuck you. Lots of swear words today, guys. I hope you don't mind. That's actually what I would do if I was working on my own. Okay, now it looks better. We need a bit of margin up and down, so margin on the y-axis. And do margin on, actually just bottom. 4, maybe it is too much. And I'm not using any of these responsive classes for now. Just fuck you. Sucker. Can we have a fucking button in 20 minutes? No? Margin bottom, come on. Is it not bottom? Where are margins? Spacings. Spacings. Check. margin, just margin. So M0, Mx, My, MB 0, okay. MB what? MB2, 3. MB2 is 0.5 RAM, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Make this big larger. No, I'm joking. Let's make this work. So I click on create. What I want to do? What I wanna do? I'm not sure. So routes, web. Of course, there needs to be a route that responds to my request to create a new photo. So route. So in the route middleware group, we do a new route of type get, and we do like photos / create, and then we call this function, so disclosure. Not like that. Come on. Okay. Just a closure, and then we need to render what? Need to render view. Let's give it a name. So name photos.create, and it's going to be admin.photos and .create. So what do you need to do? You need to return an inertia response inertia response, and render what? Admin /photos /create. I mean, that should be the one that we should do. I mean, could do photos create just for now and make things simple, but the reality is that we should create, if we have more models, we should create a photos directory, and then inside it we have an index component and then a create component, page component. Yeah, let's keep it simple for now. So photos create, and then we don't need to do anything else. Do I need to pass some data to this component? I don't think so for now, because I need to render just a form, and I don't think I need to do anything else. We need to check the documentation for Inertia, and where it explains us how to work with forms. So let's build a form. Form component that is this one. So admin photos create, or could be just form, photos form, photos create is fine. Resources JS, and then in admin we do a photo create component. Right, so it needs to be the same layout. So I think I'm gonna copy pretty much everything from here, except the table component that we don't need. We don't even need all this stuff actually. Let's do it by. So that's template. Yeah, one more. Okay. And then in here we need the header. So template header. And actually, yeah, template header. And instead of photos, we do create photo. But might be missing something. Well, let's see. And then we have, yeah, the layout with the title. That was the missing bit. So this one, thanks for closing it. Move it down here. Move it down here. Oh my God. You need to stop doing that. Can you format this block document? No? and stay like that. And let's do like create photo. And then what? We need to have a form right here. But before we render the form, let's see what we do. Yeah, we have this class py12. So that's the photos page, and it is a part of the Jetstream layout. So let's save that. Why? Okay, save, and we need to add a new link. But for now, let's just visit this /create and see if we got anything. So let's inspect the page. There is an error somewhere, somehow. A couple of errors actually. So console log, so one should be on always the connection refused, and then admin photos create the view. Cannot find module. Why not? Photo. Yeah, that's photo creator without the S. So photo create. That sounds even better because it's a single photo. I mean, you might be creating more than one photo, but come on, form here. Okay, fine. It is working, but there is no layout. I mean, I did not import the layout and did not do anything of the things that were done here. Right, so let's just copy this and paste it here. So we use the script section. We import the define component from Vue, then we import the layout file, component file, and then we don't need the table, get rid of this. And then we use the export file to define component, and then components up layout. We don't need that. Photos, we don't need that as well. So let's save that, wait for 100 seconds. Come on, bloody pop up, and then it should be ready for us. Right? Connection refused. For Mia, cannot see the layout files. Maybe it is still rendering, compiling the page. Yeah, okay, cool. We got that working. So from here, so we need to render an actual form. So let's visit the Inertia page. Inertia.js. And let's scroll down to forms. Where are you? Forms. There is an entire section for forms, and this is a Vue3 form. So that is what we are going to use. Or if you're using Vue2, you can do that. Let's see what's the difference between these two. So in Vue2, okay, we use the form tag, then we use the on directive for the submit event, and then we use the event modifier prevent, and then we call this submit method, and then inside methods we define this submit method, and then we use inertia, so a special variable called inertia, and then dot post. So we make a post request using the inertia routing, I think. So this should be equal to what we use for linking the pages. So inertia link, but manually made inside this method. And then we submit to this endpoint this form object. So we define the form object where we use first name, last name, and email, and then we have vbind for so vmodel for the name, the email, and etc. Then in Vue3, this part is actually the same, so we can copy that entirely. That is fine. So let's first copy that. So we add the form here, okay, paste the form, and indent this fucker a bit better, please. Save, and while you save, where are you, Inertia? Okay, we import the reactive from Vue. Why that? I'm not sure why that. Yeah, it is for the composition API. And we need to import this reactive, whatever it is, to make our variable, I think, reactive and respond to changes thanks to the V model and populate these object properties on the fly thanks to V model. So we need to import the reactive function, and then we are in the setup function. So we are using the composition API, and then what? The method is defined like that, function submit, and then we call the inertia object that we import from here, and next we call the post method, and then we submit the form. But we need to return these two. So we need to return the form object, and then so this form object is made reactive thanks to the reactive here, and every time we need to call that. Okay. I'm not very familiar with Vue3, but I mean, reading the two and comparing them, I mean, it should be quite simple to figure out what they do. So we need to return these two, form and submit, because we are calling form in here, and then we are calling submit. It looks like we have no access to these inside the setup function. Okay, sounds fine. So we need to do that, but can we do something else? So like a classic Ajax submitted form with inertia, you don't handle the post submission behavior client side, rather you do this server side, okay, using the redirect. And of course, there is nothing stopping you from redirecting right back to the page that you are on, okay? So we don't do anything client side, but we do things in so inside the method. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So that's the classic method that we will define. We should define controller for that, but we do that later. We do define all the controllers, and then we plan the real work later on when I figure out everything that I need to do with this new tag. So we do the redirect to this route, okay? We create the user, we redirect, we validate the request. So that's pretty much standard stuff. Okay, but form helper. Okay, what is this form helper? Since working with form is so common, Inertia comes with a form helper designed to help reduce the amount of boilerplate needed to for typical forms. Here is how to use it. So forms. So instead of using the submit method that it is defined in here, it is using the helper form helper. So it says form dot post, and then where it should send this post request. And in the set setup method, we import this one. So we are no longer importing the reactive function, but just the form, the use form, and then we wrapped everything. So we wrapped the entire form object inside this use form function, and then we return the form. That's quite simple. I think I got it. To submit the form, use get, post, put, patch, and delete methods. So form submit, method URL and options. So okay. preserve scroll. I mean, we will check that later. But I think I can use the, let's copy that instead of the other one. I mean, it's quite similar. Nothing really changed that much from the other one, but so it's submitting using the beyond directive using and then using the event submit, the modifier prevent, but here we are using the form.post, and then instead of sending this called login, I want to send it where? To the route. Well, should I just code the URL? URI? So it should be admin / photos, and that's it. But we have a named route. So can I do a route? I'm not sure if we can do that. Right. I mean, route, and then we do admin.posts.create. If you are clever, you should allow me to do that. Inertia, come on. We don't need all this stuff like that. Farm processing disabled. So we need to figure out if, okay, so it is also using this form.errors to show errors messages in case I believe the validation fails. Right, so let's get rid of pretty much everything. We don't need all this stuff. We'll leave only the submit button for now. All right, and then I will check the documentation when I need. Instead of login, we do save, and then we use form processing probably to disable the button so the user cannot click again and submit the form multiple times. That sounds fine, but we need to do something in here. Where should I put the setup method? Export default. Let's see here what it does. Export default, component setup. Can I put that inside the other export definition? Can I do that right here? No, you need to go up here. Right. You need to go up here. Come on. And then I should use the setup method. So setup function, and then return everything I need to return, like that. But, hang on. So here we have all the components, and here I should use the setup method. Export default define component. I don't know, I'm not sure if it is gonna work, but maybe it will. So setup form, then we return all this, just this form object, use form, and then we don't have email. We have path, and then we have description. That's it. But path is gonna be a file. How do I submit file? File uploads. Okay, thanks, Inertia. So form data conversion. When making visits that includes files, even nested files, Inertia will automatically convert the request data into a form data object. This is necessary since that's what's required to submit a multiple part form data. Yeah, we used to require this multi-part form data when we build forms with input fields of type file, but I believe it is no longer required. If you would like to visit to always use form data object. You can force this using force form data. I'm not sure what it wants me to do. So inertia.post users data and then force form data. Okay. So here we have an example. Cool. So Vue3 first. Form submit prevent. Okay, that's the same stuff we had before. Then what? Input text, fine. Input text, input type file, and then we use the beyond directive and the input event, and then we use form.avatar. So it should be something, yeah, form.avatar. And then event, so we call this event.target.files in position 0. So this should be an array, and we grab the first file. And then we use this progress bar, I think, for showing the progress, the upload progress. And then we'll submit. Okay. We call the submit method. I don't want to keep looking at that. So it is quite the same. So we call the submit method. We do use the V model and the input form.avatar, okay. Event target files, right? So that's the same. So we use form like we did before, setup, use form, and then use submit. But I'm using it as a method. Can I keep doing that? I think so. Multipart limitation. Nowhere I see that it is using the multipart attribute here, probably because the enc type is not needed for inertia, because inertia do that behind the scenes for us. So I think that we only need to do that. So import to this input and then event target and files. Let's try. So path and the description, and then we return the form. We use the form where it is form dot post, and then we are posting to this route, but it's not the route create, but it should be the route store. Okay. Then what? We need an input type text, maybe, yeah? Or text array better. But first, let's have a file. Right, input text file. Can you autocomplete, please? No. Okay. You're doing whatever you want. Okay. Type file, and then at input we do what? We do set form dot path equal to event dot target dot files and 0. Okay, this implementation, it's supposing that I will only upload a single file, but I would like to also import multiple files. So we need to keep that in mind for later. So event of target, misspelled target, files, and we should put a div, and then we use the div directive, and we do form.errors.path. So if there is an error called path, we do display what? Let's check. In the other example, yeah. In the other example, we had this, so yeah, we just, validation. So that's the validation side. Farmers pass. Okay, so the same name. And we should also use this farm processing. Let's copy that very quick. Maybe it is already there. Can't remember. Yeah, it is already there. So it's gonna be form.errors.path. So it is gonna be the path because this input field should have a path name, path, and also an ID. Oh, path. And then we should also have a label. Let's check if there is a component from Tailwind that will help us render a nice looking file uploading area. Maybe we could implement in the future a drag and drop feature where we drag the images inside our application from the file explorer. Okay, save, and then let's see what we got. Okay, choose a file. The file's open. Okay. And then we have this save button. Okay. And if I click this, nothing is gonna happen because there is no implementation on the backend, so on the server side. But we need to check for a farm component. So we make things look pretty right from now. So farm layouts. There is a text area. Might need some snippets. Okay, we can grab this thing right here. I can grab this for the images and then this for the description, and then we have the save button, and we don't need anything else. Right, is there anything else? Full name, so input groups and text areas. Let's check. No, that's locked. So input groups, price, email, so just the price is available. And let's grab this one very quickly so we can do copy this code. Right. So it is agreed to show the entire page, but I only want to grab the form and not everything, but only what is inside, because the form tag has already everything I need. Let's grab this stuff. Right. But wait. So website, I don't need website. I need the about, and I need this bit here. So let's grab just that. So this is the label for the about, and then there is a text area inside it, and this div should render the about. That we can change in description. So that's gonna be not about, but description. And the brief description for your photo. Okay, get rid of this. And then description, text area. Okay, everything is fine. Placeholder wherever we want. Lorem ipsum for now. Okay, we have the basic markup for the text area, and then our input is gonna be, let's make this one our input. right here. So this is the photo and this is the cover image. So cover image, come here. Maybe too many tags. I think it is the one. Yeah. Set the form, disclose, shadow rounded, hidden, and it should be after the bottom. So the bottom, so that is what we need. Let's copy this one up here, and then there is an error somewhere. Come on. So the form has these fields. Probably there is an extra div. So this one closes the description area. Yes, okay, that's fine. Then we have the label, we have this div. And then, okay, let's start by closing the one. Then we have this one to close. And then to this. So this is the one that we need to collapse. And this is an extra div. Okay. And let's make a better indentation. Right. So the input is gonna be that one. So we should have this input name path and type file, and then when we input something, we should save this on the form.path, which is not yet defined. I'm copying the markup from Tailwind to make this a nice looking input button. So the input here, it is just a screen reader only input field, so it is not visible, but I believe that this one, we can click this one and make the input react as it was clicked the button. So file upload, the ID, but it is not gonna be file upload. It is gonna be path. So it's gonna be path. And then we can copy everything that we have here. So ID, type, input, and blah, blah, blah. We copy this stuff up here. Twice the ID. Okay. And the type file is here twice. And we should be good to go. And we can get rid of this one. And then if there is an error with the path, so if there is a validation error, we show the validation error thanks to this form helper, which should contain the errors, that an error bag that should be passed as a prop from the inertia. Okay, so button submit, that should be the same, but we need to have few classes. So let's copy, oh wow, loads of classes. Let's copy them. Right, let's see how it looks like. Maybe it looks nice, maybe not. Let's see what we have done. It should be showing an error now because I think, no, okay. Right, we need to adjust a little bit our, okay, our form. So here we have all the form, but I think I forgot to copy something from here. So yes, we have this div it should show the container for our application. And we copy it here. And we move that here. And then we should be good. Next, let's implement this part. So we said that we have a form to submit, we have a path, we have the description, we return the form, and what else? I think that's pretty much it. Maybe we could show the progress bar. Let's see if it looks better now. And let's open the console if we have errors that we need to fix. Not just these two. Okay, so now my form looks better. We create a photo. We add the description. Can we click here? Yes. Okay, we can click here and then this page, the Explorer opens up and then we can upload the photo. But I think that it is not going to show us anything. Let's grab this photo. Yeah, I mean, I have no feedback if and what photos have been inserted in my in this area. Okay, so we need to make that visible somehow. And we add the description, but I believe there is no V model on the description. So let's close photo cover, and this should be just photo. Okay, so this one has no B model. And it's gonna be form, I think form dot description. Right. So we should be able to now see form data inside the Vue component. Let's refresh the page to make sure everything is in place. Let's wait. Okay, 3 errors, but we have a reactive form here for the create. We have data errors here. Here we have the errors property that we are using, and then we have all the post, put, patch methods. We have is30 to check if the form, if there is any change, I think, in the form, if it is processing, if it is progress. I'm not sure what it does, but let's see if we have any error. No, nothing that we should be worried about. And let's fill this form. And then let's upload the photo. This one looks nice. Right, and then where it is, where are all my data? We should see our data somewhere, I believe. Or by just stream, nothing that we should care about for now. But I think that we should see our data right here. Yeah, we have the description, but it is not binding with the text that I wrote. And then where is the path? Yeah, here we have the path. Okay, nothing is in here, but we really should see something. Maybe there is an error somewhere. So form.description and form.path. Form.path event target finds, okay. And it's form.path. So once we upload the photo, we should see the name, I think. Form, use form. Did we import use form? Yes. And when we return this one, let's see what happens when we submit this form. Let's do save. We got an error. Okay, cool. Figure out admin.posts is not in the route list. Okay, because I've not created this route, but it's clear. Clearly, this is working. Ziggy is it's the library that allow us to use the same route function that we are familiar with when working with Laravel. So let's create this route. Okay, route. So we should have a route that responds to the method post and then hits the photos endpoint, and then we use a closure. And then here we should do what was shown here, I think. Yeah, we should create the resource, but we should also validate data. And okay, let's try. Then we should redirect. Okay, return redirect somewhere. So let's do photo create, and then in here we do request validate. Then we pass the data that we want to validate that are the path that should be let's say required, and we do maximum, so we check that this is going to be like maximum what 500 KB, so kilobytes, and then we do description, and then we say required, just required. Right, so if the validation it's fine, so it's if we pass the validation, we can create the model inside our database, so we can create the resource. Otherwise, we are redirected back to the page, and we should be able to see the validation errors. Then we should return to route. What's the name of the route? So it should be like admin photos dot no dot, so admin dot photos. Yes. So this to route should be a new function, new helper function, that it is available for us in Laravel 9 instead of doing all that. So redirect, route, blah blah blah. We do just to route. And let's see if we can refresh the page and submit this form now. And then I will call today. So lorem ipsum photo, and then we upload the photo, and then click on this photo and do save. Let's first check if the validation works. So we do save, and photos, yeah, it's wrong. I misspelled photos. I wrote posts instead of photos. And I think we have not assigned any name to this route. Route post, let's give it a space. Yeah, there is no name. And then we're gonna call this photos dot stop. So the Ziggy package can find this route and then we should be able to see the validation errors. Let's refresh the page and see what we need to do next. Lorem ipsum dollar whatever. And then we upload an image that is even more. Yeah, no, it's 328 kilobyte. So that should pass the validation, but this should fail because we say that it is required, but we are not going to pass anything here. Okay, we are back to the page, but I cannot see any error message. So yeah, I think we forgot something. Right, let's collapse this one. Yeah, so for the description, there is no error message, but just for the image. So I forgot this bit. And let's put this where? Right under the small description. And do description. Okay, and then a class, maybe, yeah. So we do class and say text red. Maybe there is a class called text red in. Let's check before we do anything. Text. Maybe color. Text color. So what text? We have text red. Yeah, we do have text red in various shades. So text red 500 should be this one. I think it is fine. Text red 500. Let's save and let's do the same for the other validation error. So in case the image is too big or there is no image and the image is required, we should show an error message. So no description, just an image that should pass the validation. We should see only one error message under the brief description for your photo. And we do see that description field is required. Okay, but it is not red. Why that? And let's try again. No, without description, without even the photo. Okay, cool. Now it is red and we see both error messages. Then we could also have a different border for our text area if we want. So we could use another class for that. But for now, I'm happy with that. So let's try to save something inside the database and see if it works. So we see that the validation now, it is clearly working. So let's add some text here. Lorem photo. Let's do something clearly better. So this is my first photo. And then upload the photo. It is just a single photo. Let me check the form now. The description is still null. No, it is not this one. Description, but it is this one. This is the one I misspelled before, I think. Description has text. And then the path, nothing in it. Right. Um, there is something that we should do because we need to save this image inside our system, and then we need to grab the path after we validated the image. But using this approach, I'm not going to be able to do that. So request validate. So before we create the actual resource, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I want to do this thing instead. So we validate the request. If everything is fine, we should, and we should also have the validation here like image. So we have the new validation rule and we check that it is an image, so any of the images, or we could check the meme type since Rina asked me to upload also images and photos, and so images and videos. We should change when we actually start working on the application. We should change these validation rules. So we validate the request. If there is a if this is valid, so we should save the path, and then we do what? We do storage put before we do disk, and do public, and then put, and where should we put these images? Let's just do photos, and then what are the data? So the data are inside the request. We should have a file. Yes, we should have a file method, and the request file, the key is path, and I don't need any default. Like that. Okay, and then so we save the path back here, but this request needs to grab the actual request from. Come on. Okay, we can do that. Right, so request file, and then it's path, so it should save the image inside our public storage disk, which is the storage folder up public folders, and then we grab the path, and then before we do that, let's change this, and let's save this array. So we get this, we get an array after we validated all the request data. So we do like validated data, and then we save the path like that. Path, and it's going to be equal to path. No way today. Come on. Okay, so then we can just pass this validated data array inside here, and we should be ready. Okay, but before we do anything else, let me first check the line dump, the validated data. And then I want to check them again here. Once, well, actually, let's just check them down here. So let's refresh the page and try to submit the form again. Description field is required. Well, there is a description field. What the heck is going on? Boy. Right, let's see. Description, okay. It is required, and that's fine. Let's check if I forgot anything. Let's do request on. Okay, we have the description, but the description is null. Okay, there is a spelling error here. Fine. So where is description for the label? Open this field here, description. Hidden description for the name. Where it was? Description. Description, is this correct? Where is the name? Description. Okay. It was wrong, the actual form property. Okay, so we have the uploaded file object as well, so we can just submit this one. We got an error over there. Click on create. Oh, okay, the link was wrong, I think, yeah. Come on. Okay, let's add some gibberish. And let's save an image, save. Okay, cool. We got the data and then we can move. So the data are here. Then we validate them. I'm quite sure that it's gonna work. And then we create the element. So let's refresh the page. It is no longer asking me when I refresh the page if I want to submit the form again. It's weird. Maybe it is something that is something that's something to do with inertia. Weird. I don't know. Okay, we have an error. Right, cool. So add path to fillable properties. So that's the error that I was waiting for. So let's go to hub models, photos, and add the fillable properties right here. So protected fillable, and it's going to be equal to an array with path and the description as well. So we can submit the form. Let's refresh the page. I'm quite sure there should be a way to simply refresh the page and get the nice submit the form again pop-up that we used to have before. So save, and then cool, we are redirected back to the photos page, and we see this is the description, but we are not correctly rendering the image because the image should be inside the storage folder, and we are going to have a problem here because we use the faker package to render all the fake images, but we did not allow them, and so we are using a link. So when I construct the new link for the image, we won't see the other one. So where is the image? Storage up photos, not here, man. It should be inside public. Maybe I forgot to change the configuration. File system, where is file system? So instead of local, I want to use the public. Okay, yeah, my bad. Right, so we should be able now to have the image correctly uploaded inside the correct folder. So let's go back to the photos/create. And very quickly, before we do anything else, let me hit the photos, and then here, let's change the create URL. So the href is gonna be with vbind route admin, right, admin dot photos dot create. Okay, so we can click this link. Right, so let's try something. Let's, okay, we got the validation error, cool. And then, yeah, another thing that I just noticed, the page did not refresh, and therefore we did not lose what we typed here. Before, in Laravel 8, 7, and 8, even before, we had to use the old function to grab the previous submitted data. Instead, we no longer need to do that. I can't remember if I uploaded the photo. So let's save. Right, cool. We have two posts. So the second one should be my post, and we should see the photo inside the correct folder. Yes, we have this photos folder. We can get rid of the other one. So that one was in the local storage. Right, so now we need to render the image back to the photos, and inside the table we need to construct a different path because it is inside storage slash, and then we should concatenate these two strings. Let's see if it's working, but we will lose the other stuff. So all the other images will be gone. And then very quickly, let's revert the order of the data. Nope. Let's see why. Maybe it did not find my image because it did not compile. Okay, all images are broken, even mine. Right, why that? Storage, yeah, no, it's not admin. So it's looking inside the admin folder for the photos, but it is inside just storage, not admin. So now we should be able to see all my images, at least the last one for the last post. All the others are broken, and even mine keeps to be broken. It's still broken. Why that? Let's inspect the page. Storage, photos, and then the link of my photo. Localhost, admin. No, it shouldn't be there. Open a new tab. It is still looking at admin. Did you compile? So storage, photos, path. Right. Let's refresh through one more time. Yes, okay, we got the photo finally. Cool. But let's reverse the order for all our photos. So let's go back inside the web.php, and instead of doing photo hole, let's do order by this, and then grab the ID, and then we'll return all the resources with the get. With the get, no semicolon. Okay. Now we should see my photos in reverse order, and I should be able to upload more photos. Okay, cool. Let's try to create a new photo, but it is refreshing the page. Yeah, I didn't notice that. Well, let's go back to photos, and I think I've used an anchor tag instead of link. Link, and I think that it should be, I'm not sure if it is href or 2. Let's check the dashboard page, but the layout should be the place where to look. So it's link href, okay. So now we should have the experience of a single page application because we use this link. This is an Inertia component. Let's go back to the photos page. Let's wait that it's loading. Very slow. Let's click. No. Maybe it did not take the last update. So let's refresh the page again. I mean, what I noticed that my workflow is really interrupt many times because I have to refresh the page every time I want to look for the change, and it takes ages to load. So I need to figure out that. I cannot click that. Yes, okay. I forgot to import this link. And we should add import link from where? From, I think it's gonna be like Inertia something. Let's grab the import statement from the, yeah, we need this one. Inertia. Okay, Inertia, I don't need the add, I just need the link. You can get rid of the parentheses, and then we do just link. And now we should be able to compile and visit the page dynamically. Right, so compilation successful, and then refresh the page for one more last time, so last minute, 20 seconds. So let's click on this bloody button that it is no longer here. Oh my God. Where is this bloody link? Why I cannot see the link? I'm quite sure that that's not the shouldn't be the problem. Maybe it is. Yeah, it was the problem. So let's click here and then we should see yes. Okay, cool. There is no page reload, so we go back to create and then we add a new photo. Okay, let's change photo. Let's save this and cool. Okay, that's it for today. In the next video, what I want to do is actually to make. I mean, let's keep going and play around with inertia and then in Vue9 and learn how to do the rest. I mean, I want to click here. First I want to click here and see the single page, but since we are working with forms, I want to click on the edit button and then view a form with my data inside it and be able to change them and update my photo. Next, what I want to do is implement this delete. So when I click here, I want to see my, I want to see a model and then be able to delete the resource. So I think it's gonna be in the next video. It's gonna be time to make a controller for all our stuff and clean the project a little bit. In the meantime, before the next video, I will try to fix the issue that I have with this workflow and then only pops up that appears on VS Code that slows me down incredibly. I mean, that's it for now. In the real application that we want to develop for mobile, I probably won't use table to show all the images, but instead, I think I will use cards. And then when you click on the card, a model appears, and then you can simply click on buttons like delete view or you're already viewing the image, so you don't need this view link, but you might want to edit something. So we could simplify the interface a bit, and then when she clicks here, on a card with the image, she's already looking at the image. We will open a model, and then we could have like um, something inside the model that lets her update the image straight away or delete it right there without even having to create new pages or new page components. So it's gonna be very quickly for us. But we also need to tackle some of the problems that I'm thinking about, because she will probably upload an image that will be size like a megabyte or 2 megabytes. So we need to compress the images. And I found on Laracast a package that we could use, which is called intervention. So we could use that package. So we need to figure out how it works. But first, we need to figure out how to make our CRUD with Laravel 9 and Inertia and whatever we are using. So that's it. That's it for this video, guys. Um, I will see you in the next one. And in the meantime, if you like this kind of videos, please leave me a comment, like the video, of course. And if you are watching this and you are not a subscriber, please subscribe to the channel, so I'm more motivated to make more contents like that. So again, take care and cheers. See you in the next one. Bye.